What it do, what the business is, word on the street. Chris is known to handle it. Welcome back to More Insight. This is Insight you can trust because there is more where it came from. Let's talk about Commercial Mania. I mean, WrestleMania 42. I'll give you my top 5 things that I enjoyed. We'll get in here, we'll get out, leave a note, leave a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe button, or hit the subscribe button for me. Overall, of course, everyone knows night 2 was better than night 1. I do want to say that with all the commercials that WWE showed, and I know they have to show it because of their deal with ESPN, TKO, etc., etc. But let's be a little bit more creative. I would love to go back to the Mean Gene Okerlund days and get some additional promo from someone backstage. I believe that's a way that we can get some of these superstars more camera time. So, for instance, we didn't get Asuka and Kairi Sane on WrestleMania. However, it would have been cool if, Rhea and Io are going to the back and then boom, Kabuki Warriors hit them or something. You know what I mean? Involve your superstars. Even if it's something like Trick Williams, he's going to the back. Or since he's out there celebrating, bring out Carmelo Hayes. This could set up a story for whatever comes next. But that's neither here nor there. Let me start off with number 5. Of course, I have that night 2 was better than night 1. Night 1 just was flat to me. I wasn't watching wrestling at the time when Paige was in WWE the first time. So her coming back did absolutely nothing for me. It did nothing for me. I didn't like the fact that, Paige and one of the Bellas are the tag team champions now. How dare you? How dare you? And then even then with that particular match, there could have been more of a story. Hey, Alexa and Charlotte, they're having a difficult situation. At some point in time, they have to break up. Why are we holding off the inevitable? So neither here nor there. Of course, Cody retained. Nobody liked it. Fatu and McIntyre, I believe that match could have been a whole lot different. If you're going to have an unsanctioned match, let's make it unsanctioned. Let's get into this crowd. Roman and CM Punk went into the crowd. Drew and Jacob Fatu did not go into the crowd. But me personally, I would have loved to have seen that, maybe they fight on the outside of the stadium. Maybe they're fighting down the strip. I mean, if it's unsanctioned, let's make it unsanctioned. Like, be creative with that. But I do understand that you have 50,000 people in an arena and you just can't have a street fight on the actual street. So I get it, We did see let's see here. Night 2 just felt different. It just felt different. The pacing was better, I would say. It felt like even though the matches were short, maybe shorter, the pacing just felt better. So I hope that over the next year, even into the next PLE, which is 3 weeks from now, Backlash, that they figure out this commercial thing and space it out a little bit better, pace it out better. I would love to see them do 6 matches on a regular PLE, but let's just keep it to WrestleMania. Night 2 reminded me of that old WrestleMania feeling when we watched HBK and Ric Flair, when we watched Rock and Cena, when we watched Rock and Hogan, when we saw WrestleMania 3, when we saw all those WrestleManias that felt like WrestleManias. WrestleMania Night 2 of WrestleMania 42 felt like that. It felt real. It felt good. You could feel the aura. And we'll get to that in a moment. Number 4, Bianca Belair's announcement. For me, I am a huge Bianca Belair fan. I would tell anybody that Bianca Belair is the reason why I got back into watching wrestling on top of, in addition to the bloodline, in addition to our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Bianca Belair coming out there, making her announcement, because in my mind, in my booking mind, I had it set up that Rhea and Jade will go against each other. Jade's baddies will come out and beat up on Rhea. Then Io would come out, but the baddies will overpower Io. And then in my mind, I had Bianca coming out to save the day, I don't know if she was going to help Rhea or help Jay, whatever. But I felt like she was going to come out and it was going to be the return of Bianca. However, the return of Bianca has an additional superstar, and that superstar is in her belly. So I've seen, clips of her talk about the decision making and, when is it a good time to get pregnant? But there's no time like the present. And she was able to do that with John Cena in the ring with her. So shouts out to Bianca Belair. Shouts out to Montez Ford. That baby's going to be an athlete. I mean, that baby's going to hop out the womb and be ready to put on a fight. I mean, going to be jumping all over the place. So shouts out to them. I'm so happy to see that they are winning. Number 3, Brock Lesnar put over Oba Femi. And for me, Brock Lesnar laying down for Oba Femi, it appears that he's walking away from wrestling altogether. Now look, there's a lot of conversation about Brock Lesnar. Some people like him, some people hate him. It is what it is. But this one felt different. You can see that Brock was emotional. Even Paul Heyman, who is a GOAT, was emotional throughout this whole scene. Because we've seen Brock. We've seen so much of Brock that we've never seen emotion from Brock. The emotion that we've seen from Brock is because somebody may have punched him in the face and he had to give him a receipt. Or somebody kicked him and he needed to give them a receipt. So we've seen Brock more angry than we've seen him be emotional in the form of tears. But it was good to see. I mean, for him to put over Oba in this regard, it's commendable. It just shows you that Brock does love this business despite what people try to tell you. Now, there is a caveat to this because I definitely believe there's something smelly in the water. And what do you mean, Chris? Usually, when the wrestler takes off their gear, they leave it in the middle of the ring, they're saying that they're done. All fine and dandy. Cool. Brock says he's done. The issue is that Gunther has a favor from Paul Heyman in his back pocket. And let me tell you one thing about Paul Heyman and favors. Those favors come at a massive price. And that massive price, Paul Heyman's probably going to have to take that sleeper. Paul Heyman's going to have to take a bump. And Paul Heyman has said it on numerous occasions that he does not like taking bumps. But he's going to have to take this bump. He's going to have to get put in a sleeper hole because I believe that Gunther wants to be the one to retire Brock Lesnar. But with that being said, I believe that also sets up a potential feud for Gunther and Oba Femi. Now, when those matches happen, I don't know. But there is a lot of conversation about SummerSlam being in Minneapolis this season or this year. So you could be seeing Brock Lesnar make his infamous return at SummerSlam, only to be retired in the city where he started his wrestling career. Who knows? Who knows? But shouts out to Brock Lesnar. He understood the assignment. He made Oba into a star in a matter of minutes. I mean, it's only up from here for Oba Femi. The future for Oba Femi is now. Well, not really now. Not really now. Our tribal chief already addressed Oba Femi. If you haven't seen what the tribal chief had to say to Oba Femi, Google it. YouTube it. But shouts out to Oba Femi. Shouts out to Brock Lesnar. Can't wait to see what happens with Oba and how they book Oba. But since we're talking about Oba, the second thing that I enjoyed the most, the niggas was winning. Yeah, the niggas was winning at WrestleMania this year. Oba Femi won. Trick Williams won a title. And when I say win, I don't want to just say winning the actual match, but winning by actually being on the card. I mean, Trick Williams is the first black superstar to have a singles match. The black male. He's the first black male to have a singles match in quite some time. I believe The last person was like Bobby Lashley, I believe. I can't even remember. It's been so long. But the niggas was winning, man. There's so much conversation about how black superstars are booked on WWE, but what they did this weekend was amazing. To see Lash Legend, to see Nia Jax, to see uh, Trick Williams, Oba Femi, Javon Evans, to see these black superstars be put on full display. Jade Cargill, I mean, B Fab. I mean, to see that these black athletes had space, to see they had opportunity, it felt good. We haven't had this type of feeling since Kofi Kingston won the world championship against Daniel Bryan. I mean, I feel great to see Trick Williams go out there. And the Trick Williams match to me was the one I was looking at more. Not so much Oba, because I figured Oba would win. But I felt with Trick Williams, I felt like it could be a situation where he would lose. But he won. And it just shows you that Trick Williams has star power. They had Trick Williams on First Take, y'all. Everybody just don't get that seat on First Take. Trick Williams been making them runs. He's showing the people why he is Mr. Whoop That. And while we're here, for all those Jade Cargill haters, shut up. For all those Jade Cargill haters, shut the hell up. Because that woman put on an incredible match. I mean, she went toe to toe with Rhea Ripley. Yeah, Rhea won. That's a little darling superstar. That's a whole nother conversation about Triple H, Rhea, and China. I'll leave that there for right now. But to see Jade Cargill get in that wrestling bag, I'm so proud of Jade Cargill. I'm so proud that she shut up the haters. She did her thing. And speaking of doing that thing, that he did his big one. He came out with his original Tribal Chief music. He walked down that ramp. He shut CM Punk up. And he became the 7-time World Wrestling Entertainment Champion. The WWE Champ. Roman Reigns. All is right in the world of wrestling now. And then he also said, for all you people that are talking about my part-time, I'm part-time this, I'm part-time that, well, I'll be here for the full summer. Hey, scary hours once again. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. CM Punk is a tremendous wrestler. But storyline-wise, man, they told an excellent story. Roman's thing was, you're old. And what did CM Punk do? He ran out of gas. But why that works storyline-wise is that it made sense. On the second attempt of trying to put Roman in the go to sleep, he fell to his knees. But he still found some type of way to kind of get back up until he couldn't. And what Roman Reigns is going to do with this world title, I can't wait to see. I'm not going to sit here and do all the fantasy booking. I'm not going to sit here and do what a lot of other talking heads do and go down the list of things I want to see. What I want to do is just enjoy the show. Enjoy the lunch, okay? Enjoy it. Because one thing that we have to realize is that Roman Reigns won't be wrestling forever. And there's going to come a time that we are going to miss Roman Reigns. And I don't want to be one of those people that spent all my time hating someone who's so great. I did that with Kobe Bryant. I hated Kobe Bryant until the last 3 or 4 years of his career. Because I said to myself, I don't want to hate someone so much that I don't enjoy who they are. We're never getting another Kobe Bryant. We're never getting another Roman Reigns. And that's how I feel about him being our tribal chief. That's how I feel about him winning that title. He deserves it. He is, man, that promo that he cut, geez. He is a blank $1 billion check, and he also cashed it. The reason why you're seeing ESPN have WrestleMania, the reason why WWE is on Netflix is because of our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And you owe yourself to show him some respect. Acknowledge him as our tribal chief. But those are the things that I enjoyed about WrestleMania 42. I hope Night one, I said fire the whole writer room, fire the creators, fire everybody that has something to do with the product that we saw on night one. The night two, they made up for it tremendously. It doesn't absolve night one, but I can definitely find myself to give you all some grace. So I do want the WWE creative team to be more inclusive. Get some black people in there. If not black people, get some people of color, because there's more than one way to view a story, and there's more than one way to tell a story. And right now, the way that we're telling stories and the way that we're seeing stories is through the eyes of one particular type of race. And that's not to say that, I'm not even going to get into that. WrestleMania 42 was excellent. Wasn't excellent. WrestleMania 42 was good. Night 2 saved everything. Let me know in the comments what you enjoyed, what you didn't like. But more importantly, I want to focus on the positive. Let's talk about the things that you did like about WrestleMania 42. And let's talk about Raw. What are you looking forward to on the Raw after WrestleMania? Drop a comment, drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm Chris Moore, and I'll see you next time.